Good morning, everyone. Just want to start off by telling you all thank you for joining us today. I've got Skylar with Athene on the line with me today. We're going to be talking about a topic that's been more and more popular. We're seeing a lot of Roth conversion conversations going on. We all know what's going to happen with taxes in the future years. So, really giving clients an opportunity to convert some of that money and have tax-free income later down the road. Really strong conversation right now. There's a ton of interest in it, and glad to partner with Athene on it as they probably are the carrier that makes it the easiest for Roth conversions. So really excited to have Skylar with us today. We're going to talk a little bit about partial Roth conversions with Athene, and we're going to dive into their number one selling product over at Athene, the Agility product. Great product for doing everything. I always call it my Swiss Army knife. It's great for accumulation, income, and death benefits. So we'll be diving into that. Unfortunately, you get to listen to me for just a few minutes prior. Um, so, for those of you who don't know, my name is Laura Johnson. Been with IAMS, I don't know, 14, 15, 16, I lose count. Long time, half my life. And working on the sales team. So, anytime you need help on annuities, anything like that, or just in general, don't know where to go, give me a call. I'll get you to the right person. So, but really appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know your time is valuable. So we'll just dive in here. For those of you who are not familiar with IAMS, one other thing I will mention as we go through the presentation today, if you guys just want to type in your questions, if you have any, we'll periodically when I check them, get those answered as we go through the presentation. But starting off, just some information on IAMS. For those of you who don't know, um, or you just join an IAMS or maybe considering joining IAMS. When you first join IAMS, this is the first thing you have available for you. It's our new producer bonus. Really great opportunity to get some extra money or marketing help assistance off those first pieces of business you write with IAMS. So as you can see on the screen, really great opportunity for some really great things, seminars, radio, preset appointments, social media campaigns, doing a website overhaul, the cash, marketing reimbursement. As you can see, a lot of great things. Annuities count dollar for dollar on this on your index annuity premium. So if you're curious where you stand, just reach out to your marketer at IAMS, see if you qualify. You do have 6 months to qualify from this once you first get appointed with IAMS. So again, we really want to say thank you for those first pieces of business and kick back some marketing to help you boost your business as well. So again, if you're curious where you stand, if you qualified, give your marketer at IAMS a call. They're happy to get you that information. Once you're done with our new producer bonus, we do move you into marketing reimbursement program. So for every 100,000 of index annuity premium, you're going to get $100 put in a marketing account for you. For every 100,000 of single premium life, that is equivalent to $200. And for every 10,000 of life target premium, that's $200 as well. So constantly earning marketing dollars off the production you're writing with IAMS that can be used for anything that's going to help you grow your business. So, we build up this account, you send in receipts, and it's a reimbursement kind of a program. Um, if you're curious what your balance is, all you got to do is shoot an email over to your marketer. They can get that balance from accounting for you. Another program we have that I see a lot of money getting paid out on is our referred producer program. As an agent, maybe not looking to take on the responsibility of downline agents, potential chargebacks. So this is a way for us to say thank you for that referral. So when your referee gets contracted, you get $50. And then as you can see on the screen, really great opportunity to earn a little bit of kickback on the business they write. And that's, again, just a way for us to say thank you for that referral. Referrals are important in your business. They're important in our business as well. I will mention those checks do go out quarterly. So we aren't paying those out daily, but they do get paid out quarterly. And I see a lot of good sized checks going out on that. I had one lady referred someone and they've written several $1,000,000. I mean, she gets a check for a couple thousand every quarter. So really great way to put money back in your pocket. So if you got someone that might benefit from the services we have available here at IAMS, shoot that name and email address, phone number over to your marketer, and they will be happy to reach out to that agent for you. Part of our name, insurance agency marketing service. Service is our number one goal here at IAMS. We don't want to be the biggest FML. We want to be number one when it comes to service. And we believe that starts with answering the phone every time you call. So we do have a 2-ring guarantee when you call in the office. you'll know you'll always get a live person. If your person you're wanting to get to is on the phone, we'll take a message, have that person call you back. You won't ever have to talk to a voicemail or sit there and listen to an automated phone system. So we really think that's important. Our top producers say that's why one of the things they love about doing business with IAMS. A few other things, paperless contracting, we are Insurance Bay. Amber and her team do a phenomenal job following up on business. I mean, we call it submission to commission support. That's scrubbing the app. That's checking your trainings. That's following up on your business every 3 to 5 days. That's chasing down transfers for you. On the life side, they're ordering your APSs, they're ordering your parameds, they're doing all that back end work so you can stay in the field doing what you do best. And we think that's really important. Same day illustrations. If you call in and request an illustration, you're going to get it the same day. We really think that's something that if we can take some of that load off of your plate, that just keeps you doing what you do best. For those of you who don't know, we are partnered with Firelight. So on our website, as you can see on the screen, pretty much all the carriers are on Firelight, maybe exception of 2 or 3 carriers. And this is a really great opportunity. If you're like me and you hate remembering passwords to all your different websites, good news is you just need to remember one, your IAMS login to our website, and you can access Firelight for annuity apps. You can iGo eApp for life applications and Connect for Medicare solutions. So, regardless if you're in the life, annuity, or Medicare business, you've got a one-stop shop, one place, single sign-on, and you can do all those applications on our website. The other nice thing about doing them on our website is they do come to us first for review. So that is a second set of eyes going through the paperwork, making sure numbers add up and such. So if you aren't connected with Firelight on our website, I encourage you to go do that. When you log into our website, there's an eApp solutions spot. For Firelight, you do have to register before you have access. You can find that under the eApp solutions. It takes about 10 minutes for us to get you set up in the system. But a really easy way, and I'll mention this as well, Skylar could probably attest to this. Your applications get approved go through suitability and initial review 2 to 3 days faster by doing an e-application. So if you want to get your business in and moving quickly, I encourage you to consider Firelight. For those of you who don't know, we do have a full service creative department here in-house. Anything from website design, social media, marketing, digital marketing, email marketing. Maybe you're brand new to the business and you need a logo designed. All of that we can do here internally. I always say that there's no cost for the creative services as long as you're doing business here at IAMS. So for our active writing agents, you do have access to Jacob and his whole team. If you want to check out their portfolios and stuff, things that websites, stuff, marketing things they've done for other agents, you can just go to your internet and type in imscreative.com. Got a little information on all of our designers, what their specialties are. If you have a project you want assistance with, reach out to your marketer, kind of let them know what you're looking to do so that they can get you connected with the right person in that team. Our website, as you can see on the screen, www.imsinc.com. A lot of great stuff out there. I won't bore you by going through the whole website. Like I mentioned, eApp Solutions have access to eApps. Under one of my favorite spots, under the support tab, is our sales resource library. It's a library full of materials, fact finders, client presentations. You got that client goes, what is a fixed indexed annuity? Well, we've got a white paper out there on the sales resource library that's 10 pages that will tell your client anything and everything they will need to know about a fixed index annuity. Access to Annuity Rate Watch as well. So I think that's a big key thing as well. I go out there all the time for guaranteed income rider quotes or to check current rates. So you do have access to that through our website as well. If you ever want to take a few minutes, kind of get a guide through the website, give me a call, or any of the marketers, anyone here at IAMS should be able to give you a quick tour of the website. Happy to do that for you as well. For those of you who don't know, we also have an RIA here in the office, IAMS Wealth Management, doing a great job for our advisors. Several years ago when the DOL was looming, still out there hanging out there, but Charles and Steve said it was time to join this side of the business. We think it's a very good asset for our agents. A lot of our top insurance agents are our top advisors as well. And I like to pose it to you like this. If you go into a household, client's got $500,000. Athene only going to take probably 300,000 of that. What are you going to do with that other 200,000? Because if you're not going to do something with it, you're just allowing another advisor to potentially come in there and potentially take that client back from you. So we think it's really important to offer this avenue. For those of you who are 65 registered, 66 CFP, you get registered, no problem. But I want to talk to those people who maybe don't want to get their security license, have no intention of doing it, but still would like to be able to have control of their clients. We do have a client portion as well. Zach Regan, our office, does a great job for our agents handling clients, for those agents who don't want to get their license. You can refer those clients over to Zach. He'll handle the client situation, put that money under IAMS Wealth Management that wasn't able to go into the annuity, and you know that that money's safe. It's not being stolen by another agent. But we think that's really valuable, and we see a lot of agents utilizing that system. Depending on the state you're licensed in and where that referral comes from, there is an opportunity that you might be able to earn a little bit of a fee, kick back some of that fee to you as well. So potential for you to make money on it as well. So I really want to make sure you guys are aware of that. I am going to throw up a poll question. If you're interested either on the wealth management platform or the client portion of wealth management, if you go ahead and answer yes, all that's going to do is generate a phone call from Duncan in my office. He's going to call and answer any questions you may have, kind of walk you through the process if you were to refer a client over, or if you're looking to maybe join IAMS Wealth Management, join that platform, he'll get all those questions answered for you. So if you are interested, at hearing what they have over on that side, just go ahead and answer yes to that, and we'll get Duncan to reach out to you following the webinar. So if you guys could just answer that question so we can move on, that'd be great. Alrighty. Only a couple more things from me. I'm going to talk about a couple trips real quick. First, we've got our all business that's written through IAMS trip. This is our top producer summit. Qualification began last December, runs through June of 2022. So we still got 6-7 months to qualify. As you can see, it's going to be a great trip. Mediterranean cruise starting in Rome, taking a tour around the Mediterranean and ending up down in Venice. So I think we're really excited about this trip. Got probably going to be one of our largest trips yet. And 4.5 million points to qualify. All your production counts. Annuities are dollar for dollar. On the life target premium, it's like 13 to 1. Single premium life is, a little over 1 for 1. So really, great opportunity. Still plenty of time to qualify for that cruise. We're really excited about it. So keep that in mind. If you're curious where you stand as far as points go, give your marketer at IAMS a call. Actually, anyone that answers the phone should be able to give you that answer. But we are really excited about it. I am going to exit this for 1 second because I actually hit a slide that I wanted to show you. We do have one other trip coming up. Qualification actually ends at the end of the year, but I'm going to talk just on this for just a second because we partnered with Athene specifically on this trip to the Omni Resort in Hilton Head, South Carolina. And so any Athene production submitted right now through the end of the year first counts as double trip credits. So $1 million of paid production by the end of the year with Athene will get you and a guest at Hilton Head in March for 4 days. Golf, spa, everything included. Really excited about the trip. Got a lot of people on pace to qualify. So if you're curious where you stand there, give us a shout. But with that, we are also running a little sprint to the finish line that we're going to reward one person, the person who writes the most business between now and the end of the year, who may not have enough production to qualify, will get an automated a spot regardless. So really doing a big push on this. Want to see it as one of our biggest Athene IAMS combo trips yet. Omni Resort's beautiful, great golf, several golf courses, I know. So again, $1 million of production gets you and a guest there. Again, only Athene production written through IAMS counts, but really great trip, and we're really excited to partner with Athene on that trip. Life and annuity academies. We think these are really important. Number one, to get in front of producers, spend time with you. But number two, the goal of these trips or these academies is to help you grow your business. So these are geared for the experienced agent who's looking to take their business to the next level. It's not annuities 101, it's not life insurance 101. These are in depth concepts, techniques. How can we help you grow your business? We're going to bring in several top producers, several keynote speakers, and they're there to help you put together a plan to increase revenue. So we really enjoy these. We do them 3 or 4 times a year. Athene's one of our partners on them. We just did one in October with them. Turned out really well, seeing a lot of increase in production for the people who attended. So if you are interested in attending one of our life and annuity academies, just answer yes to the question. We haven't announced the dates yet for 2022, as no one likes to come visit me and Skylar here in the Midwest during the winter. So we will be probably looking at the end of March, 1st of April for the first one. Usually bring 30 to 40 agents in at a time. Again, got to be active, writing business with IAMS, and geared toward that top level producer, someone who's looking to really take their business to the next step. So again, if you're interested, just go ahead and answer yes. That'll let us know to send you the registration link um, once we have the dates. And before I hand it to Skylar, if you haven't been out, check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, go out and like, follow us. Got a lot of great marketing stuff that we put out there as well. So with that, I am going to hand control over to Skylar. Again, Skylar is our internal rep over at Athene, does a great job helping, jump on the phone with agents, help explain stuff, does a great job helping get business pushed through for us as well. So again, Skylar, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Laura. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
I've got your emails up right now. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Bear with me. Trying to get it over to my other screen. Bear with me. There we go.
Perfect. You can see it good.
All right, perfect. Thank you guys for that technical difficulty there. But again, want to again thank Laura for the presentation. A lot of awesome information that IAMS is presenting for the wrap up of this year into next year. A lot of exciting information, a lot of great trips and sponsorships there. What I want to do today is focus on Athene and how we're positioned for growth moving forward, and then speak on partial Roth conversions. Like Laura mentioned, a very popular asset and tool to utilize within a financial planning portfolio. Without further ado, what I'm going to discuss today is kind of give a state of the union about Athene, and then talk about our agility product in comparison to the partial Roth conversions. So with regards to Athene, some great news. Athene is ranked and voted A+ within the S&P Global Ratings. So what that means is that is Athene's ability to meet ongoing obligations, to be able to pay out income riders, pay out death benefit riders, and then meet the ongoing obligations of creating great products for your clients. We're hoping for an A+ rating within Fitch as well. And how we're able to accomplish that is expanding our market share within fixed indexed annuities specifically. That is what Athene specializes in. We don't work with life insurance or variable annuities. We specialize in fixed indexed annuities solely. How we've been able to do that is strengthen our business model with our partnership with Apollo. Apollo is a private equity firm based out of New York. Upcoming in January, Athene is actually merging with Apollo. That is going to give us an injection of capital to be able to further progress our products to be top of market across the board, whether that be immediate income, deferred income, or strictly accumulation. Now, all of our products are great. We just need to determine the need for the client and then position that solution to meet that need. Now, as we speak about partial Roth conversions, why we're here today is to address some goals that clients have. So the first goal that we're going to discuss today is identifying the concerns clients face as they near retirement and consider their retirement paycheck. If we think about it, in retirement you have paychecks and you have paychecks. What we want to do is address the retirement paycheck factor of that. The second goal we're going to address today is look at how the most often used income strategies address those concerns and where some of the pitfalls may be within the current financial plan. The last goal is we're going to address how fixed indexed annuities can be a part of that income strategy and be able to mitigate some of those shortfalls. Athene has done a very good job of positioning ourselves as the partner of choice for you financial professionals in positioning these income riders. Now let's think about Benjamin Franklin. He said it best. The only two things guaranteed in life are what? Death and taxes. Now, Uncle Sam wants his money, and sure enough, he is going to get his money through taxation. So the question arises, will taxes be higher in the future? Now, that's the age-old question. We don't know, but there's a few things to think about. Taxes are currently at an all-time historical low. We know this. The federal deficit is growing daily. We have federal stimulus packages that were launched last year, beginning of this year. Social Security will have new challenges as we move forward into the future. We know Social Security is going to need to adapt, and it's going to probably change for retirees in years to come. Inherited qualified IRAs are being highly taxed currently. And then estate taxes may be on the rise as we move into the future. So things to think about in the current landscape of taxation. Now, is there an alternative to escalating taxes? Absolutely there is. That's what we're going to speak about today, partial Roth conversions. Now, we have the ability to do full Roth conversions, but partial Roth conversions allows for a flexible financial plan as retirees want to convert funds over the years and not affect their tax bracket as tremendously as maybe a full Roth conversion. Now, we have a few different Roth conversion strategies that we're going to speak about today. The first is going to be converting IRA assets to Roth IRA over time. That's the goal, over time. What we're going to do is pay taxes today in exchange for tax-free growth and tax-free income later. That's going to be why we're speaking on Agility. Agility is a deferred income rider product. We have to wait a period of time, a surrender schedule, to be able to turn on that income rider. Now, in that meantime, what we're able to do is those partial Roth conversions so that when in fact we do want to turn on that income rider, all income paychecks are going to be considered after tax or tax-free. Now, the target ages for retirement that we're focused on for partial Roth conversions are going to be ages 55 to 72. So that's before RMDs are being taken. So if you're thinking about your book of business and you're thinking about clients who are on the cusp of, potentially doing partial Roth conversions, that's the sweet spot. Ages 55 to 72 is kind of where we're focused. Now, in order to convert those Roth IRAs, what we want to do is create partial Roth conversions so that we maintain marginal tax brackets that are in the lower end of the tax bracket. And then we're able to control your taxes by converting just enough to stay within that lower tax bracket. So let's think about a quick client example. We have a couple age 60, so both age 60, both retired. They have a combined household 2 million in traditional IRA assets, which is not uncommon. Partial Roth conversion strategies are to convert that amount over the next 11 years in order to remain in the same tax bracket. So if we're thinking about remaining in the same tax bracket, we're seeing over the next 11 years, here are the amounts that we're able to convert and maintain the same tax bracket. Give or take, it's roughly around the 60 to 70,000, sometimes in the 50,000s. Overall, over that period of time, it's going to be $676,000 converted over that 11-year period. Now, the result of those partial Roth conversions, if we look at this, without the conversion, putting it into an accumulation product that allows for great growth potential, and this is fixed indexed annuities I'm speaking on, we have an ending portfolio value of just a shy of under $6 million. Now, keep in mind, that entirety of that portfolio right there is 0% tax free because we did no partial Roth conversions. They're all still pre-tax qualified funds. So any sort of distribution is going to be taxed based upon ordinary income in the fullest. Now, if we were able to implement that $676,000 partial Roth conversion over that 10-year period, now we have an ending portfolio value of a shy above $6 million, but here's the kicker. 42% of that amount is tax-free because we've done those partial Roth conversions. That equates to about $268,000 less in taxes paid from ages 60 to 90. That's huge. What we want to do, tax efficient plan in retirement. So we speak about why Roth conversions. Obviously, there's value in it, but we need to maintain the ideology of, hey, if we're able to pay taxes from external funds, partial Roth conversions may be a great piece to speak about with clients. It allows clients to take ownership of their financial plan and pay taxes when they want to, rather than when the federal government wants them to. So what we're doing with partial Roth conversions, we're creating tax-free income. When we turn on that income rider, those withdrawals are considered after tax. So you keep more of what you have worked for. We're creating partial Roth conversions, a pathway to that tax-free income. And then lastly, Athene makes it easy. Laura mentioned this, Athene makes it easy. The minimum amount that you can do for a partial Roth conversion is only $2,000. That's a great, useful piece to speak about when you're speaking with your clients. If they're trying to maintain a lower tax bracket, and let's say $3,000 it would get them into the next tax bracket, they can just do a $2,000 partial Roth conversion, and that is sufficient. We also have a one-pager, so it's a one-page form that they complete either at the time of application or when a policy is enforced to do those partial Roth conversions. So we make it simplified. Now, we do have a few resources for you guys to utilize. And after this presentation, I'm going to get this out to the field as well. So we have a partial Roth conversion frequently asked questions form. So what we're looking at is, it's a two-pager, just speaks about what happens during the partial Roth conversion. Again, it's a one-page form that you complete to do a partial Roth conversion. And then what occurs is we create a separate policy. Now, it's the same exact contract. It mirrors the same exact contract. We consider it parent contract compared to child contract. So the parent policy is going to be the original application. Any partial Roth conversions are going to be considered the child policy. Now, the child policy does not start a new surrender schedule, so it's the same surrender schedule. The anniversary dates are the exact same, but what it does allow is it allows for more customizability. So it's going to be the exact same contract number, but with an A, so an alpha behind it. It's going to be A, B, C, D, dependent upon how many conversions you do. Now, what's nice about that as well is on the client portal at Athene, they're able to see each of those child policies in its own account. So you have an account showing the parent and any child policies. You're able to see what has performed. You're able to reallocate each anniversary within specific child policies. Another neat feature is when you do want to turn on the income rider, you're able to choose which policy you want to turn on an income rider. You don't need to turn all of the funds on for an income rider. You can turn on 50% of the child policies, leave the remaining 50% for more of an enhanced death benefit. So again, it provides a lot of flexibility within a financial planning portfolio. This is the second page of that FAQ. Now, what will occur is when a partial Roth conversion is done, Athene will send a 1099-R to the client to file with their tax professional. As I mentioned, we do not pay taxes at the time of conversion. So they're not able to pull the taxes from the converted funds. They have to pay from an external source. So this may or may not be for each of your clients. This may be for more affluent clients, but partial Roth conversions allows them to create tax-free buckets. Along with that, partial Roth conversions have no limitations. As we know as financial professionals, contributing to a Roth IRA, you're limited based upon your income earnings. With partial Roth conversions, there are no income limits. You're able to do as many partial Roth conversions as you would like. So that allows clients who make a lot of money to continue to put funds into a Roth IRA account. So we've spoken about partial Roth conversions and how to do it and why to do it. Let's talk about our products and how it correlates with Athene. Now, Athene, we have a deferred income rider, as I mentioned, the Agility product. Laura phrased it as the Swiss Army knife of fixed indexed annuities, and I absolutely agree with that. What it does is it allows you to pivot based upon your needs as you age. It has a lot of neat features built into the product free of charge. So for fee-averse clients, this is a great strategy. It has 2 riders built in at no additional cost to the consumer. It has a deferred income rider and an enhanced death benefit. And we're going to address both of those. Now, before we do address both of those riders, I want to stop and highlight something important. While there are a number of concerns individuals face within retirement planning, some of the main issues, especially with income planning, include outliving income, so longevity risk, lack of savings. A lot of Americans are concerned with how much they have been able to save during their working years that can last through retirement. Taxes, that's huge. That's what we're discussing today. Healthcare costs, the rising costs of healthcare, long-term care, and Medicare. And then lastly, inflation and volatility. Inflation is continuing to rise at the fastest pace since 1992 and rose 5% in a rolling 12 months through this May. So inflation continues to affect everyday Americans. Now, we have a few pieces within the Agility product to address those concerns: inflation, volatility, taxes, partial Roth conversions. So what we're going to do right now is discuss how we do that with the Agility product. The goal is to build a benefit base with Agility. That is the main goal. So how do we build that benefit base? Well, here's how we're going to do it. Let's say a client puts in $100,000 within the Agility product. Day one, they're going to get a 25% benefit base bonus. So when you think about benefit base, it's not called income base for a reason, because there's 2 features that the benefit base addresses: that deferred income rider and the enhanced death benefit. So we provide a leg ahead from the cash value of this policy, 25% bonus day one. Now, let's say at the end of the first contract anniversary, we saw a 5% hypothetical return, which is not out of the norm. The accumulated value of that cash value grew to $105,000 after that first anniversary because we add that 5,000 growth. Now the benefit base starts out at $125,000 and we add $8,750. Now you may be asking yourself, Skylar, how'd you get to that 8,750? I thought it was a 5% return. Yes. So we take that 5%, we multiply it by 175%. That is the sizzle of the Agility product, allowing that benefit base to grow based upon index performance by 175% dollar for dollar. So for every $1 earned on the cash value, or that accumulated value, the benefit base grows by $1.75. Now that's huge because we focus on that benefit base for calculating their income rider as well as calculating their enhanced death benefit. So both riders are going to be focused based upon the benefit base dollar amount. Now let's say a client were to turn on income after the surrender schedule. It's a deferred income rider, so they have to wait, but let's say they turn on the income rider. Well, if they turn on the income rider, the paychecks are going to potentially increase each crediting anniversary based on an earnings indexed payout. That allows us to address the concerns of rising costs of long-term care, healthcare, Medicare costs, inflation, taxation. So what that looks like numerically is if a client has $10,000 each year that they're receiving in income, and we saw that hypothetical 5% return, their next paycheck is going to be 10,500. So it's going to increase by that 5%. It will never go below that new dollar amount. So it will never go below 10,500. It's like walking up a flight of stairs. You take one step up, you will never take a step back, but you either stay on the same step or you continue to walk up. Now, a neat feature about Agility is in the bottom left. Even during the income phase, the benefit base continues to grow by 175%. Now, what that means is the client has turned on income, so they're receiving their paychecks. So we're depleting the benefit base, but we're also continuing to put in 175% of the interest growth for the purpose of that enhanced death benefit. So we're continuing to create value by adding that benefit base, even though we're taking those withdrawals. Now, we've talked about the income rider for Agility. Let's talk about the death benefit rider. Upon passing, the beneficiary has two different payout options. They have the lump sum payout of the accumulated value or the benefit base paid out over 5 years. Now, to give you guys some market intel from beneficiaries within the Agility, we're seeing time and time again the full benefit base being taken over 5 years. Now, that sounds great and all, but let's look at that from that hypothetical return that we spoke of. So if we're looking at the same figures, in the bottom right, you will see the third bullet point, the accumulated value. Let's say the client passes away after 1 day after the first anniversary. The beneficiary can take the 105,000 in a lump sum, or they can take the benefit base of $133,750 divided by 5, paid out over 5 years. Now, what that means is they receive a higher dollar amount over a 5-year period, and they're also spreading out the potential tax consequences. Again, we want to create a tax efficient plan for both the client and beneficiaries. So we've been able to do that with this enhanced death benefit feature. That is the nuts and bolts of what the Agility product does. So the questions come as far as, why would we choose Agility with regards to partial Roth conversions? Well, if we're able to convert those funds within the deferral of the income rider, we're able to create tax efficient buckets so that when we do turn on the income rider, any withdrawals are going to be considered after tax or tax free. So what that looks like is being able to provide that agile income, those payment checks for the remainder of your life, and having those considered after tax alleviates a lot of stress for a lot of clients. Being able to provide that agile growth, having the 25% initial benefit base and then 175% growth to any interest is huge. You're allowing that benefit base to grow and accumulate so that when you turn on that income rider, it's tax-free and you also have a higher income paycheck. And then lastly, agile liquidity. Still being able to take 10% free withdrawals as we defer that income rider. So we understand that consumers still need liquidity for emergencies and things along those lines. So we have that feature built into the product free of charge.
And one thing I will mention on that real quick, Skylar, also on that free withdrawal, I think it's really key to point out that it's accumulated value or initial premium. You may have been about to touch on it, but I beat you to it. But I think that's really important because I see a lot of people on here that do life insurance as well. This product not only can be used for everything he's saying today, but think about 10%. If we put $500,000 in this annuity, we can also know that we can take 50,000 out each year. So I work with a lot of people who, it's a 2-sale thing where we're doing the Agility to fund some life insurance because we know what we can take out of that policy. So done a lot of case studies with agents doing that as well. Would love to help anyone on that. But I think that's a very big key point as well, is that it's of accumulated value or initial premium. And that can start year one. Sorry to steal your thunder.
No, that's perfect, Laura. I appreciate that. And, as Laura mentioned, that kind of segues into my next conversation. Creating those multiple lines of business is your guys' business model. Again, in order to create, lifelong clients, increasing multiple lines of business is beneficial for you. So being able to take those free withdrawals and utilize it for maybe a life insurance policy, or if we're doing partial Roth conversions, a concept to utilize is choose two different fixed indexed annuities, one focused on accumulation, one focused on income. Now, what that allows you to do is for the accumulation products, such as a Performance Elite, if you guys are familiar with our Performance Elite, phenomenal product, allows for liquidity. If you take the free withdrawals from a Performance Elite product and you utilize those free withdrawals to pay for the taxes of the partial Roth conversions on the Agility product, you're essentially eliminating all tax buckets. You're creating a tax efficient plan by having safe growth in the accumulation product and tax-free income in the Agility product. It's a concept that we have utilized and created some case designs. What I'm going to do is after our conversation, I'm going to get some pieces out to the field, make sure you guys have these handy. But I just want to throw this up on the screen right now. This is a partial Roth conversion example. What we're doing is we have a case study of a 59-year-old client who has $200,000 in qualified funds. Now, what we have done is taken 100,000, put it into the Performance Elite, 100,000, put it into the Agility. For the Agility product, we do partial Roth conversions. For the Performance Elite, we take the free withdrawals of 10% and we utilize those free withdrawals to pay taxes on the partial Roth conversions. We have some great flow charts for you guys to utilize on when that may or may not be beneficial, and then what that looks like from a numerical value standpoint. Hey, if we convert $10,000 each year in the Agility, what does that look like for those child policies? This is a great piece to absorb. As I mentioned, I'm a great contact for you guys to, bounce ideas off if you have questions moving forward. Laura would be happy to assist as well. My external partner, Grant Smith. But again, some of these documents are great in utilizing, some different one-off situations given a client. With regards to our illustrations at Athene, unfortunately, we're not able to show what that looks like within the illustration software. We're working on those parameters. But right now, we would just have the discussion that you have the same dollar amount. If you did convert it, what that looks like. So there are some great pieces for you guys to utilize and at your discretion. Now, lastly, within this presentation, I do want to make note of some thought leaders in the industry. If you guys are familiar with David McKnight, he has a book called Tax-Free Income for Life. Now, I'm not getting paid to promote this, but I found great value in this book. What he does is the first 3 chapters, he paints a pretty grim picture of the current tax landscape. We can only imagine that taxes are going to continue to increase based upon the sheer expenses that the U.S. has. Now, what he does is he lays out a blueprint on how to create these tax efficient buckets to meet those concerns head on. This book has provided tremendous value for myself, and if you guys wanted to look into it, I highly recommend looking into this. He has podcasts. Tom Hegna is also another thought leader who's a big proponent of utilizing fixed indexed annuities to meet some of these tax efficiencies that other buckets have. So with that, what I would like to do is, open it up to any questions that may be had, or, if Laura had any points she wanted to make as well.
Yeah, I haven't. If you have any questions, go ahead and type those in now, and we can get those answered. I mean, like Skylar said, I mean, this product's really built to do what you need it to do, whether it be a Roth conversion, whether it be providing a death benefit. Maybe your clients can't get life insurance. Good way to boost that benefit base. From the 5-year payout standpoint, I mean, I think about when my parents go, I'll probably be at one of my highest tax brackets. So knowing that I could spread those taxes over 5 years as a beneficiary, a great option. Um, One other thing that I was really cool is that Athene also has a form. Here's a Roth conversion form he's showing right now. It's literally a 2-pager or 1-pager. I mean, it's that easy that each year your client just signs one form. You can pick the dollar amount or the percentage amount. We really talk about filling up those tax brackets. They make it easy. I mean, compared to other competitors in the field, a lot of them you have to create a new policy. That's a new app, all that headache. Other ones you can only do 10%. Other ones have a minimum of $20,000. Where Athene has made it very easy, one form, things like that. So from that standpoint, I mean, there's a lot you can do with the agility. I use this product. It's my favorite product. It's been, Skylar, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 2 years in a row now, #1 selling. Hopefully we'll get um, the #3, but I mean, it's the top product in the industry right now. We're seeing it used every day. Um, Someone asked if you have an online Roth conversion calculator where we can input IRA balance, cost basis, and current income. Is that something Athena has or maybe will be having available at some point?
That's a great question. We do not just yet. So we launched partial Roth conversions as a feature back in June. We're working on some of those efficiencies within our, Athene portal, but we haven't gotten there yet. That is on the agenda to look into, but nothing as of yet.
Another question, I can take this one. They said, after income's turned on, how does the income grow? That does grow at 100% of interest. So 5% equals 5% growth. I know other competitors in the industry grow at 150% or whatever. I encourage you to look at them side by side. I run illustrations with the competitors all the time, and Athene blows the socks off of it. And I'll tell you why. Just think of if you have a 25% bonus and you grow at 150% for 10 years, or you got a 25% bonus and you grow at 175% for 10 years. Think of the difference of that extra 25% in a 10-year deferral. Okay, so some of the competitors, it's taking 5-7 years to even catch up to the income of Athene, let alone going past it. Give me just a second. There were a couple other questions here. Assume contract earns 5% a year. Typically, when we're illustrating, it kind of depends how you illustrate it. When I illustrate it, I'm illustrating around 5.2%, and that's doing diversification between 3 different indexes. I use Apex, NASDAQ, and BNP, and I come out with about a 5.2% return. So right around the 5% mark, which if you look at the history of indexed annuities, that's average. Which product do you use for full Roth conversion? You want to answer which products are available to do conversions on?
Yeah, so thankfully, all of our products allow for full or partial Roth conversions. Again, the taxes need to be paid from an external source. So if a client is doing a full Roth conversion, typically that's going to be more of an affluent client. But as far as current in-force policies, if you guys have current clients who have Athene annuities, typically any policy that starts with 3.3 is able to do a conversion no problem. For some of the policies that start with an AA, sometimes we need to look dependent upon which system it was input. Now, for the most part, all of those policies have been converted internally to a new system or a new platform of ours. So I would say for the most part, all of our in-force policies are able to do partial or full Roth conversions. But if you do have questions, please reach out to me additional research.
Someone else mentioned, do Roth conversions make sense when you're actively contributing? One thing I will mention on that is, we can't typically move money out of a 401k or out of a retirement plan until they separate from service or retire. So, I mean, if they've got an existing 401k, yeah, let's get it moved over. Let's start converting that. But the one they're actively contributing to, we wouldn't be able to move over until separation of service. Someone else mentioned, can you please email us a copy of the webinar? Following the webinar, you will get an email later today or first thing tomorrow from one of my assistants in the office, Dustin or Jared, It'll include a copy of the webinar as well as some of the pieces that Skylar has been showing us here. Um, so you will get that as well. Someone else asked, let's see, we got lots of questions coming in. Since the conversion is one, did I miss if this counts as a new sale? It is not a new sale. There is no commission paid on the conversion. So you get that right out the gate on the first sale of that product. How strong are the indexes and par rates? Like I said, they're illustrating about 5%. If you diversify between three, I think if you load it all in the most competitive index, you probably get close to uh, 6%. But diversification is key to lead to more consistent returns. So as you can see on the screen, he's got the rates up there. A lot of great uncapped strategy options between the B&P. You got the NASDAQ, which is kind of your home run hitter, more volatile index. You got your AI, which is artificial intelligence, very consistent index centered around US indexes. So, and then you got the B&P, which is your global index. So they've got some really great indexes as well as some S&P strategies. So as you can see, there's a lot of great options. So I don't see any other questions. I am going to throw out the last poll question. If you are not currently appointed with Athene and would like to get appointed with Athene, go ahead and answer yes to this. We can get that contracting link sent out to you as well today. Like I said, Athene's a premier partner. They've got the top accumulation, top guaranteed income, and as you saw today, top flexible product in the industry. So really great product line that they've put together, and I think we're going to see a lot more to come from them as they partner with Apollo. And someone else did ask if Agility is a single premium or can they add money. All of Athene's products are single premium products. So all their products are on the single premium front, minimum of 10,000 across the board. So it doesn't take a lot to get in there. We can always make multiple policies. So with that, again, Skylar, I really appreciate you taking time. For those of you who wanted to get contracted, we'll get that contracting out to you. Otherwise, look forward to speaking with all of you in regards to this webinar. I'll be following up with each of you individually. Have a great day. And again, thanks, Skylar.
Thank you.